So welcome aboard. This is flight number EZ6 Papa Mike, EasyJet. We're currently based in Manchester. We are boarded. We're just waiting for our ages to align so that we can start our pushback. We're using subloading cargo and we've got GSX as well. Seems to work quite well. It is at the moment anyway. If the video gets a bit crap, I do apologise. I think I need to optimise my settings. But hello. We've got VATSIM coverage at Manchester at least. Nothing any, once we're on the runway, we don't have any VATSIM coverage currently. You never know, that might change. Everything is set up to go. We've got QNH set, 1007, local QNH. We have everybody on board. We've loaded everything. We've got our performance data set with our V1, so speed at which we cannot stop on the runway is 118, and then our rotation speed and V2 135. So we're just waiting for our ADs to align, which they have done now, and we can speak to air traffic control and get our pushback, which we will do any second. Right then. In fact, before we do that, we need to put our squawk in because we haven't done that yet. Which was 2177. And we're all set to go. So let's prompt GSX to prepare for our pushback. Let's go up here and put on our beacon light, and let's also put on our fuel pumps in preparation for engine start.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
EC6 Papa Mike requesting push and start.
EC6 Papa Mike stand 9, push and start approved, face south, the QNH is 1007.
Push start approved facing south, and we have QNH 1007, EC6 Papa Mike.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
So one thing we just need to do before it'll let us push back is we need to go back and just disconnect our GPU. Let's go up and disconnect it on here. And then we can do the same on our ground services. So we just need to disconnect that and that.
Release parking brakes.
And we are ready to push back. So let's put our engine start switch to ignition. And parking brake is released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
So we're all good to go. Okay, so engine number 2, start switch. Engine number 2 is starting. We have fuel flow, we have exhaust gas and temperature increasing. We'll put our pushback timer on, and we will also arm our predictive wind shear.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brakes are set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secure. All doors, contact. We're ready to go.
That's good, thank you.
Engine number 1 is starting. And just to save a bit of time, we have hydraulic power now, so we can extend our flaps. Before we do that, let us just go and dim the cabin lights. So we've got flaps extending.
Manchester Ground, this is CZ25 Lima Charlie, requesting IFR clearance to Gatwick with information Papa. Aircraft type is A320 and I am at gate 53.
EZ25 Lima Charlie, your flight plan is showing as an arrival into Manchester. Could you check and refile, please?
Yeah, sorry, stand by.
So let GSX know that we can confirm good engine
Cockpit
start.
to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So we've got self-loading cargo running alongside, which is doing the captain announcements inside. Currently the passengers are 79% satisfied, not quite sure what the issue is.
Ground, this is EC2 Lima Charlie, is my flight plan okay now?
EZ25 Lima Charlie is still showing as a Gatwick to Manchester. Can sometimes happen if you log out and try to file another flight with the same call sign. Suggest if you refile with a slightly amended call sign.
Yeah, sorry about this. Stand by, EC2 Lima Charlie.
Now we
Tow
have
truck
both engines
disconnected.
fully started, so
EZ25 Lima
we
Charlie,
can put our
alternatively, if
engine
you
switch
just want
to
a standard
normal.
routing from Manchester
Left is
to
clear,
Gatwick,
right is
file
clear.
that for you.
Let's just check our flight controls.
Yeah, don't worry,
Full
sorry,
up,
I found the problem,
full
I'll amend it
down,
now.
Roger, thank you.
full left, full right, neutral, and rudder pedals, full right,
Is it
full
looking
left,
good now?
and neutral. And we need to be down 0.2, so I'll just
EZ25 Lima Charlie, I'll send you the full flight plan that you need to get down to Gatwick in a second.
Okay, so we're almost
Alright,
ready. We need auto brakes to
very
maximum
much.
in the case of an aborted takeoff, and we need spoilers armed, which we have now got armed. There we go, we are ready for taxi. EZ6 Papa Mike, request taxi to Mike 1 if possible.
EZ6 Papa Mike, taxi holding point Mike 1 for runway 23 right via Foxtrot and Juliet.
Foxtrot and Juliet to holding point Mike 1 for 23 right. EZ6 Papa Mike. Let's just wait till this guy gets out of the way, otherwise we may run him over. Looks like we've got an aircraft inbound, so a little bit of throttle. Parking brake can come off.
Charlie. Could you wait? So is December N859 Kidley, and then can I continue on my old flight plan after that?
EZ25 Lima Charlie, after Kidley, you to take the Kidley 1 Golf Star into Gatwick if you've got that.
I do not know. Should I file a new flight plan or like try and find a new route on Simbrief?
EZ25 Lima Charlie, that's the only really valid routing from Manchester to Gatwick.
Alright, then I'll take that flight plan. I'll just fill in the rest of the waypoints. Stand by.
EG25 Lima Charlie, if you need me to send you a list of the waypoints on that routing, I can do. It's Airway November 859, all the way from Samba to Kidley.
Oh, so Kidley is already like close to going, correct?
EG25 Lima Charlie affirm. So from Kidley, you'd use the Kidley 1 Golf arrival, and that will take you into Gatwick.
He's a newbie.
Alright, I'll amend my flight plan for that. Thank you.
He's been very patient. I think the easiest thing would have been to refile a new flight plan with a new call sign. I think that would have been the easiest thing. Approaching Mike 1 shortly, we should be handed over to Unicom since there are no other controllers on frequency currently. No tower. This is going to be my graveyard shift for the tower once I've got my S2, if I ever get it.
Easy 6 Papa Mike, no further ATC online I'm afraid, monitor Unicom 122.8, have a good flight.
Over to Unicom 122.8, thanks for your service. Easy 6 Papa Mike, bye bye. So let's just flick over to Unicom while we're just taxing that last little bit. This is Mike 1 here. We're just going to hold here for a second. So let's just double check. Let us, to get the crew to sit down, let's just put that light on.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
So we're going to enter this runway, so we need strobe on. Manchester traffic, easy 6 Papa Mike, holding up Mike 1 for 23 right. So there's nobody on the radar, so I'm assuming that we haven't got anybody coming in. Plans from outside. Nothing there. Manchester traffic, easy 6 Papa Mike, lining up, runway 23 right via Mike 1. So we have a cabin secure, the crew are seated. Get ourselves lined up on the runway. So we have our strobe light on already. Let's get perfectly lined up. And we are fully ready to go. So landing lights on. Chrono can start and engines to 50% throttle. Bit of forward pressure on the stick, stop the nose lifting. Engines are stable and flex. Manchester traffic, easy 6 Papa Mike, taking off, runway 23 right. Bit of pedal.
100.
Check. V1. Rotate. Positive brake, gear up.
Positive red, gear up.
Manchester traffic, EZ6 Papa Mike is airborne from 23 right, Eclad 1 Romeo. And autopilot can come on. Spoilers can be disarmed. Levers come back to climb rather than flex for our auto throttle. Now we're just approaching our clean speed. We can start to retract our flaps just about now. And I just realised that we have the cabin door wide open. Let's close that. Not good. Trust the passengers not to break in and hijack the plane. We have 81% satisfaction currently, that's good. We're going to climb now to, in fact we are going to climb to 22,000 feet. And the crew can now get out of their seats. Not the passengers though. And 5,000 feet is our transition altitude, so above 5,000 feet we should get a flashing QNH, so we can change to standard. There we go. We're now on standard QNH, so we're on a flight level now, rather than an altitude. And I'm just going to load a bit of software that just tells you what the weather is at Douglas in the Isle of Man. And let's check that runway 26 is the best option. Yep, so runway 26 got a headwind of 4 knots and a crosswind of 1 knot. We've got all the weather details there as well. Okay, we're at 8. Hey, word she says. Anyway, I think that means you can use electronic devices, so let's just take off this, which is actually once passing 10,000 feet, which is now, we can take off the seatbelt sign and landing lights can come off. We can also put the cabin lights back
traffic,
on.
blue back 6914 on base leg for ILS 23 right, Manchester traffic.
Since it's such a short flight, we will put our arrival data into the FNC. So we can go on our performance page to our approach. So QNH at Douglas is 1005. Temperature is currently 7 degrees. Winds 270 at 4. Flight level 30 is our transition altitude, 134 for our approach speed, and we just need to check our charts on Navigraph for our minimums. So minimums is 233, so that's the altitude or height that we need to be full view of the runway in order to proceed with our landing. So that's all set. should have Liverpool Airport off to the right. If we look down there. It's down there somewhere. Not quite over it yet. Unless it's under that cloud. Might be under that cloud actually. In fact, it's there. You can see the taxiways. For some reason, you can't see the runway lights. Though. I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, back in the cockpit. So we are climbing. We'll be reaching our cruise level of flight level 220 very shortly. It's quite a short flight. It's only about 25 minutes. So we'll be starting our descent fairly soon after we get here. And the onboard self-loading cargo pilot will tell us, everybody, that we're at 37,000 feet. We're not. But if that's what he wants to believe, that's fine. So there is Liverpool Airport, everything in here, everything else. Liverpool down there, John Ryan. Just heading off over the Irish Sea. I have to start doing some controlling down at the Isle of Man. I'm assuming that I can control there. Because it's in the UK and it's not a major airport, so I'm assuming... I'm sure GSX just messes with the controls on here. Do that, is it? Why not? There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, just to let you know, we've reached our cruise level and we're not anticipating any major delays, so hope to get your destination on time as planned. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, please make sure the aisles are clear of any items, and I invite you to please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
So I'm just setting our final altitude before we intercept the ILS for the runway, which is 3,000 feet on this occasion. I lie, it's 2,000 feet. So let's check it to 2,000 feet. Top of descent is marked by a little white tick that you see if you look here on the flight plan. You'll see the little white tick under Aglil. I think it's under there. Just make sure it's not snuck out anywhere else by just zooming out a little bit. Nope, it is there. So just less than 10 miles to our top of descent. So as I said, it's not a very long cruise. You can just see in the bottom left corner of the screen is our Volanta screen, which just sort of shows our progress. I don't know if you can hear me here. The sound of the aircraft is very loud. Anywho, right, we've hit our top of descent, so let's just put this on managed descent. So we'll start descending, and we'll be trying to keep the little green ball in the middle of our altitude so that we descend. It's going up a bit, so which means we're too low, but it's now coming down again. So that green ball should stay somewhere near the middle, which is basically the descent path. So the captain will speak to the passengers in a second to say that we've started our descent.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, you may have noticed we have just begun descending to our destination. We're not expecting any delay at this time, so should have you on the ground in the next 20 minutes or so. If you could assist the cabin crew by tidying your tray and hand them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. And please make sure to fasten your seatbelts.
That's Anglesey out there with the wind farm in
please turn off all electronic devices, or switch
whatever
to
that
airplane
bay
mode
is
until
called. I
after
have
we've
no
landed.
idea.
Please also note that the aircraft toilets will shortly be out of use. Thank you.
So our estimated time of arrival is 21:38, and it is currently 21:26. So we've got about 12 minutes, not very much. So we're just going to dim the cabin lights again, like we did before. That's the cabin there. We can have a little wander down the cabin. That's the overwing exit, so let's shuffle into a seat, see if we can what we can see. What can we see out the window? Not a lot. Just a wing, that's all we can see. Anyway, right, faffing about. So let's set up a few things. We want our auto brakes. In fact, let's just test our landing performance. So we are landing on runway 26. We apply the META, so we've got 1005, which is what we had, and our landing weight we need to calculate. There might be a way of doing this, and if you know and you're watching, let me know how you do it differently. The way I do it is to look at what our zero fuel weight is and what our estimated fuel on board is when we land. So it's 3.3 plus 53.4, which is 56.7. 56.7. This is where your maths comes in. And what's the weather? Okay, so we don't know what I don't know what the weather is there. It's not raining by the looks of it, so we'll say it's good. And as you can see, the runway is too short in that configuration for us to actually land. So let's change our auto brakes to medium. We're just about doing that. Let's just put our max reverse on. So reversing the thrusters doesn't make much difference, as you can see. So without thrusters, 1,401 meters. With thrusters, 1,361, 40 meters. Let's do that. Right. As you can see here, we will have a headwind of 4 knots and a crosswind of 1 knot, which is reasonable. That's okay. We can arm our spoilers, so that on landing they will flip up and help us slow down. We're just heading towards 10,000 feet, so at 10,000 feet we need to pop our landing lights on and seatbelt signs on. All good. Nothing else we need to do up here. We've got 2,000 feet, so we're just now descending slightly below our planned descent path, but we are actually going to probably level off and slow down a little bit here because we need to be at 250 knots. So we are below 10,000 feet. Seatbelt sign can come on. We can put our landing lights on. Taxi light can come on in preparation for when the wheels go down, for the gear goes down. So it's always good to be slightly lower than the descent path because that way you can just level off a little bit and catch up with it. If you are way above it, you've got to drop like a brick to try and catch it. So we're safe here. We're below the glide slope, but that's okay. Like I said, we can catch it up. So you can see our final destination, if you like, coming up here. We can arm our landing system, which will then show us the frequency and distance from the airfield. So India Romeo Yankee is the identifier for the ILS, and it should be 111.15, which it is. And the heading, if we look down on the FMC, is 259, which is what it's, well, it's actually 260 in the charts, but that's fine. So we're going to take a slight right turn after Lussod to then intercept the ILS just about 10 miles out, I think it was. As soon as we get below 10,000 feet, we need to have local QNH.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for land. Thank you.
Yes, prepare for landing. Actually, probably should have switched off the cabin lights at that point. That can be the trigger for that in the future. We might do a flight back. We might go to Edinburgh actually. Oh, we've got Edinburgh approach actually. Wonder how long he's been on. Let's have a look. Oh, 40 minutes, that's fine. Okay, so we are descending nicely. I think we need to reduce our speed a little bit because we're trying to get 250 and we're not going to. So let's reduce our speed to 200 knots. In fact, let's reduce it to 190. So we are descending down to 2,000 feet. You will see we have our ILS indicator, the little magenta diamond along the bottom, and then we've got our glide slope identifier, little diamond shaped thing on the right. So currently we are above the glide slope. We are descending to intercept it. And we will be intercepting it shortly. So I'm going to put our localizer on. And we can also get flaps 1 speed checked. So we will be extending. Oh, you can't see anything out there. Let's put some wing lights on and runway turn off lights. Should be able to see those leading edge slats, so we can see them there. That's cool. Right wing, can't really see much of them. So we are coming in. We are on track for 2,000 feet, but we are not below the glide slope yet. The airport is over there somewhere, you can see it actually, right the way over there. So we will be turning in shortly. In fact, we are turning in now. We need to get a little bit lower, so I'm just going to do that and do that to get us a little bit lower quicker. And then we can put our approach on once we are established there. That's fine. Right, QNH. We can go to our local QNH. And that's probably why we... that's fine anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's take our speed down a little bit more. Let's get to 180. And we can extend flaps to 2. We get a little prompt down here telling us what we need to be doing. So we need the landing gear down, obviously before we land. We need our signs on and we need the flaps to full. Signs is the smoking sign, so let's put that on. And we have our spoilers armed already. We'll go flaps 3, sorry, flaps 3. Flaps are extending. We should have our approach phase already on, hopefully. We do. So our approach speed is 134 knots. So we could probably just drop that down to there now. Gear can come down.
Cabin crew seat for landing, please.
And here we go. Let's do this. We've only got 1 knot crosswind, so it shouldn't be too hairy. Isle of Man traffic, EGCC Papa Mike is 3 mile final for runway 26. All the crew is seated. We have 88% satisfaction now. We need to make a good landing here. I just want to turn this up a little bit because I want to
500.
hear if they start screaming. Because they have a tendency to scream if you make a boo-boo of the landing.
Above.
Approaching minimums. I'm going to take the autopilot off now.
Minimum.
Continue.
Glide slope.
We're on that glide slope.
40, 30, 20, retard.
That was alright, that landing, I think. Full reverse. Stopper's going off the end. And we're all good to go. Right, let's keep moving. Minus 285. I've had a lot worse, so I don't think that was too bad at all. And we are going to stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, please initiate until the aircraft has arrived at the gate. You are reminded that all
Isle of Man traffic, EGCC Papa Mike vacated, runway 26.
you are in the terminal building. Thank you.
So let's just get GSX to so we can pick parking stands. Okay, no, I wasn't what we wanted. Try again. Okay, 7. There we go. Do you want to follow me? Nah, we can find it ourselves. Right, that's the cabin music. So we can put our spoilers back now. get rid of our flaps. Now let's get to the gate so we can start our APU. Strobe can come off, landing lights can come off, start the APU. Zoom in on the airport. Straight up. So, stand number 7 is just here, straight ahead of us, really. It's quite a small airport, not many larger stands, and there's no buses, it's walking, just like Leeds Bradford. We've got a marshaller here who's going to help us park. We need to be to the right a little bit. Go. A bit right. Oh. Does he want us to carry on going forward? I don't know. There we go. He's flapping his hands now. So we need to go forward until he crosses his hands. Oh, there we go. We've gone too far, I think. Never mind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is he telling me off? Right. It's not too bad. Right, let's put the APU bleed on. Let us now put our parking brake on. We can switch our engines off as we have power. Wing light can come off, beacon light can come off. That's the power switching over. Seatbelt sign can come off. And we can request deboarding.
Cabin crew, disarm doors, please. Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, I hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and pleasant journey from the airport and hope to see you again soon. Thanks for flying with us. Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
Right, we should be getting everything outside ready for the departure. Don't open the doors yet. There we go. And passengers will start to deboard any moment now. Here they come. That's a massive of them, isn't there? 100 passengers. Yeah, off quite quick actually. Quite a good evacuation. Oh, we've got twins there. The nice thing about this is as well, I've set it up so that they're... Oh, there's another set of twins there. In fact, they're all twins. Set it up so that they have to walk through the glass part here. That's where the actual spawning point is. Through there. So you can see them all walking down. They don't get... Just get to there and then they vanish. But hey ho, make it more realistic. And that's the cabin crew cleaning the cockpit, cleaning the cabin. I mean, whatever. So yes, that is our flight successfully completed. Let us switch off a few things on here. Let's put that back to standard. Just like to tidy up a bit. It's down to 100. This up to 10,000 feet. Set it to 10,000 just in case we forget to change it and it won't let us go above 10,000 feet, which is safe altitude in the event of a decompression. So let's put that back to that. Go down here, predicted wind shear can come off. We can reset our rudder trim. We can put our transponder back to standby. Engines are off. Everything looks good. Just turn that flight director off. Fuel pumps can come off. We can use external power.
Do you want to deboard crew?
Do we want to deboard the crew? Nobody. No, we don't. Because we might do another flight somewhere else. Cool, right. Taxi light can come off, got like that, and the wing turn off lights can come off. The runway turn off lights, not wing. There we go, a successful flight into the Isle of Man. We've got one straggler there, I don't know who that is. I think he might be a member of staff, is he? Oh yeah, he's the dispatcher. The dispatcher. Maybe departures come out on a bus and they only... So that does say arrivals. Mind you, if you were walking the other way you wouldn't see that anyway, would you? I'm babbling now. Right, that was grand. I might be back in a minute to do another one. What time is it? It is 9:45. We've got time for another one, haven't we? Go to Edinburgh. So there's nobody on anymore. Unless I just can't see them. Let's have a look if there's any controllers on. Oh yeah. EGPH is still on. Right, Manchester still, yeah. We could do a flight to Edinburgh. Oh, that might be too far. Oh, we could actually go to Dublin from here. Have we got any controllers on at Dublin? No. Where shall we go to? Ronald's Way, it's called. So we've still got a crew on the boarding, on the board. Where is she? She's not here. There's no male, which is interesting. No male cabin crew. We've got male pilots and female pilots, but no male cabin crew. Let's do a quick walk down here, see how messy it is. And we have exits to the right and 2 exits to the left. And 2 at the front and 2 at the back. Thank you very much. That'd make a brilliant flight attendant. Right, cool. Thank you very much for watching. And I might be back shortly if you're anybody's still around. The one viewer who's watching. But goodbye for now. Bye bye.